Hey y'all, so this is a channeled message for a very select few of individuals. So if it's crossing your For You page and you're not subscribed to me, follow me, whatever, this most likely is for you. Um, I wrote it all down, it's all channeled, it's a lot, so just be patient with me. I'm going to try to make this as concise and comprehensive as possible. So just work with me here. Okay, so if you've been seeing a lot of skunks, like in real life, seeing skunks pop, pass you by, cross your path in some type of way, seeing it on social media, for some reason you're seeing a lot of like skunk families or whatever on your social media, or just smelling the smell of skunk and you know, smelling it. This most likely this is the reasoning why you have been seeing it a lot lately. Also, owls are important, specifically horned owls are very important in this situation. Um, and also the numbers 555, 911, 919, and 333. 4442, but not as much. It's more so the 555, 911, 333. If you've been seeing that a lot lately, yes, this is for you. Also, excuse me, if you've been seeing a lot of passed on Leo celebrities, but Leo celebrities in general, but specifically passed on. If you've been hearing their music, seeing their movies, or just, work or whatever, Leo celebrities like Whitney Houston and Nipsey Hussle, them. Okay, this is for you. This is why you've been seeing that shit like a lot lately. Okay, this is your call. This is your call that all of your self sacrifice, all of the risks that you have taken, all of the times where you had to show courage when you were shaking in your boots, but you still showed up. This is letting you know that you were seen, you are being acknowledged by spirit, by your ancestors, by the Most High. You are being acknowledged. And you're not being acknowledged just because you were brave during times where you really didn't feel brave, but you still did it. Whatever that it is for you, you still did it. You might not have been rewarded for it. You might not have gotten recognition for it. Most likely you did not. Most likely people came up against you. Most likely people doubted you, and it really was a test of your faith in what you truly believe in. It's letting you know, with these skunks running across your path or simply smelling them in your presence, it's saying keep your boundaries strong. You've created those boundaries for a reason. Keep them strong to protect your energy and your emotional space. Okay, your physical and emotional space. That's spirit and physical. Okay, keep them strong. Do a cleansing consistently. Okay, so if you have not been cleansing on in a consistent basis, does not have to be every day, but maybe it does for you. Maybe you feel like it needs to be every day. If you feel like that, go with that. Okay, if you feel like it needs to be once a week, once a month, whatever it is, it needs to be consistent, and stay with it, because things are going to ramp up and you want to be prepared for it and not feel like you are confused. You want to have all type of clarity and knowing that your space is protected, your emotional well-being is protected just as much as your spiritual well-being and your physical well-being is protected. So do the cleansings, embrace your true self. Okay, even the parts you fear are unpleasant, or that other people won't like about you, or that you've felt adversity before. Okay, this is nothing new. Don't be scared now. Okay, you went through it before. You are strong. It just made you stronger. Okay, the movie, I believe it's called Clash of the Titans. I believe, I haven't seen the movie, but that's what came through. I forgot what the character's name is, but it's the hero's journey. Okay, that's who you are in this lifetime. You are the hero, and you're going through the hero's journey. And when you experience the hero's journey, you can look it up on your own, and read about it if you don't already know. But there is, the starting point, there's the reasoning why you go on the journey, the cause, and then things get really, really tough. It's like going through a bad valley. Like, oh shit, I gotta climb that mountain. Yes, you do. Okay, so be brave. Everything is dark. People come against you. People are really aggressive with you, but stand your ground. Okay, remember why you started the journey to begin with, and remember that the hero's journey has to have that 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 time where things are just fucked up. Okay, you have to go through that in order for the story to be good, right? Because no one's gonna look at you as a hero if you ain't never went through nothing, right? If you were always comfortable, if you were always, everything just came to you easily and everything was just always perfect, and you really never had to worry about anything, and you never pushed yourself, you never went through any challenges, guess what? You won't be seen as a hero, right? And it's not like you're doing it to be seen as a hero, but you are a hero, whether you realize it or not. People are looking at you as if you are a walking legend because you were able to get through whatever you went through. Okay, it's going to be different for everybody. I don't want to be too specific. This is for a huge collective, but it's a small group, if that makes any sense, right? So just remember, you have to go through this because your story is legendary, and we need that climax, right? It ain't a good movie if it ain't got that climax. So be ready. Okay, this is what you signed up, this is what your soul signed up for. So embrace the parts of you that others might not like because you're too great, and they're intimidated by it, and all this stuff. And people may have tried to gaslight you into believing that these parts of you is just so like you and not good, and all this. No, embrace all of who you are, because this is a part of your journey. Okay, um don't be afraid of rejection. Okay, there are going to be people who are going to reject you. It just is what it is. Don't be afraid of it. In fact, embrace it. Embrace it. Okay, embrace it, because the people who are going to be there for you, they're not going to leave your side, and those are the ones that you need by your side. Okay, you are a symbol of courage and standing your ground, without being aggressive, but being bold. Okay, stay bold, stay courageous, stay brave. Okay, balance your duality, right? You are more than just all light. You are more than just shadow. For the people who were told you're just a bad person, you're just this, and that. You are more than that. You are both light and shadow. Okay, you are both. Embrace that duality and be that duality. Okay, and trust your instincts, trust your intuition. Do not question your intuition at all. Okay, and that's why the cleansing is going to be so important, that you do that so that you can have a clear channel, and that you receive insight from your higher self to be able to guide you through what's going to be coming for you. Okay, 1 second. Also, prepare your finances for what is to come. And this is very essential, because you are a leader. That's why all this Leo energy is very prominent. You are a leader, whether it's a leader of an organization, whether it's the leader of a small group, whether it's the leader of your family, whether you are a leader, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. But it's time to acknowledge it, and it's time to step into your leadership position. You are a leader. So make sure your finances are straight and prepare for what's to come, because there could be a dip that's happening as far as like a spiritual attack basically on your finances. So make sure that you are prepared for that. Because it's a calling to all the leaders to come to the forefront. You have been a witness for far long enough. You have been a witness. You have observed enough at this point, and Spirit is saying it's now time to step into your leadership position and to embrace being that leader and being that role model for a generation. You are a leader of a new school. Seriously. Okay, and final part. You are placed in certain positions and certain places to observe for a given amount of time. And now the time is up. It's time to step into your leadership position. It's time to displace these people who have been leading this world into where it is now, into utter chaos and destruction. And it's time for the real true leaders. I'm losing y'all, they fucking with me. It's time for the real true leaders, as we say, trill, you feel me, the true and real, to step up and be leaders. Okay, it is time now. It is time. Because you are the rightful person for this position. You are. It will look differently for everyone. Some of you are leading groups and organizations, but most of you will be taking a stand and having to speak up about something. And by doing so, you will be taking on a leadership position. You must exert courage, because the average person would fold on the spot, but you must stand firm, knowing that the person to the left of you and the person to the right of you won't let you fall. And that's why it's extremely important that you keep your circle tight and your circle strong. What came through was The Matrix, the movie, the first one, I believe, in which, it's been a long time, I'm sorry y'all, in which that one guy, he was on their team or whatever, but in the end, it came out that he really missed the Matrix. He hated the true world that he existed in, and he wanted to go back to the Matrix. So he basically tried to sabotage Neo's mission, basically, even though he knew the truth, right? And that's what's going on right now, is that you really need loyal people around you. You really need to check your community around you and make sure that the people who are in your circle are loyal to the cause, not to you, but to the cause. Because at the end of the day, they can be loyal to you, for weird reasons. Okay, let's just put it that way. Okay, and you need to have unwavering faith in what you are doing, knowing that you are divinely protected. Okay, so don't go in there shaking. All right, even though it can get scary. Okay, but have faith that you are protected, and that as long as you're doing what's right, you're gonna be all right. Okay, they want us to basically to lock us back up into the Matrix. We've already escaped that shit. We be going back and forth just like Neo. I'm gonna dip into the Matrix. I'm gonna come on back to like to the real world type of thing. A lot of us have that power already. If you're watching this, you're one of them. The whole thing is that they're trying to lock everybody back into the Matrix. You cannot let that happen. We cannot let that happen. We are freed. We freed ourselves, and it's time to take over type of energy. There's no going back. That doesn't mean they're not going to try. Okay, one second. Okay, and this was very, very important. Once you become aware of the Judas in your camp, the one that who's going to try to mess up and sabotage what's going on, the changes that we are making in this world for the better, once you recognize your Judas, let them go. There is no, oh, I gotta save them, or we can revert them, we can just talk them out of this type of thinking. No, that time is long and gone. I know it sounds really messed up and like we're like leaving people behind, but my black folks, y'all understand when I say it's time to be like Harriet. Harriet had that on her, okay? And as soon as you look like you was gonna, put all of us into a fucked up situation by ratting us out or, snitching, and no, that gat is going right to your head. Is you with us or not? It's one of that type of energy. We leave them and we go. They can't come with us because they're gonna mess it up. Once you detect who the Judas is, out of here. I'm not saying you got to get rid of them, but I'm saying they need to be out of your circle, okay? Legit. Because we don't have time for all that. We don't. And so you can release them with love and forgiveness, but they still got to go. They can't stay, okay? That's a part of creating the boundaries that I was talking about before. That's why you see in those skunks, create that boundary. Skunks don't really have too many predators, but the ones that they do, they're next level type shit. They, they're stealth, they're quiet with it. A skunk needs to kind of hear you or see you in order to do what it needs to do to defend itself. But if it doesn't hear or see you, then it can be vulnerable to getting got, right? So be aware of that. That's why you have your intuition, because your intuition is your higher self, which doesn't need to see or hear. It sees and hears everything. So it can alert you to danger. Okay, so that's why it's very important to do the cleansing and keep yourself aligned with your higher self to hear clearly, so that you can make sure that you are never got. Okay. Whew. Taking a step into the unknown, that's what you're doing. And it can be terrifying because you don't know what's ahead. You're unfamiliar with the terrain that's coming before you, but just know that you are okay. That as you get uncomfortable, you know that you're getting closer to what you need to be doing. You're getting closer to that goal, because the more uncomfortable you are, that means change is coming. Okay? Because we've been comfortable long enough. We have been comfortable long enough. It's time to get uncomfortable. It's time to make other people uncomfortable. Okay? That's the only way we're going to get this change to get to popping. Okay? So expect nothing. Expect nothing. Have no expectations. Okay? Because it's probably going to, exceed your expectations. And finally, just remember that you are an inspiration to many people. You are, whether you realize it or not. So be wise in your actions. Be wise in your words. Your actions, your words, how you move forward from this day on sets the tone for the generations to come. Okay? I love you. I hope that got to the people. I know it's going to get to the people it needs to get to. The future leaders of this world, y'all hearing this right now. Step into your position, baby. Be courageous. I'm sending you nothing but love and nothing but strength and nothing but power, because that's what we are. Powerfully built in love. All right, till the next time. Bye.